I'm a reference librarian, which means I have a master's degree in answering questions, which is not really true. My focus is helping people find the resources to do their own research and answer their questions. I work in the, I have to keep moving this because my new laptop, even though I said don't time out for 20 minutes, it still times out. So at the Connecticut State Library, we have 3 reference desks. So I work in government. I should be by a microphone, sorry. I'm just so used to always coming out. There's government information where I work. We have a law desk, and then we also have a history and genealogy desk, and they do all the reference questions for the state archives. So you're going to do your students are going to do a lot with our history and genealogy. When we have contact with students, we do prefer to get parental permission before we start emailing them directly. We can go through teachers. Doesn't always happen, but we prefer that. Now I'm going to show you the research guide. If you don't use the URL and you just come to our main web page, this is on one platform and our research guide's on another. So if you just type History Day in the search, the first result is that research guide. Okay? A little background on this guide, because it's kind of nutty. We started it when Region 15 students would come for a field trip. And then we would pull some materials for them, and they would do some research, and then they would go back home, and they wouldn't be able to come, and they didn't have everything for their citations. So we just started putting it up to help them. And then we were asked to keep putting up every year. Don't take down the old topics, keep putting up the old new topics. It's information overload at this point. We're in the middle of reorganizing it. And what you will see is, well, I'll just go to this one. Go to this one. What you will see is we have a how-to, and under how-to, we have how to get a library card. So any Connecticut State resident can get a library card. We are not a public library. We are open to the public. We are not a public library. So all the school librarians and all the school teachers who use Research at CT, part of our state agency, not part of our library in Hartford. So when you're using those resources, you're going to go through your school library media specialist, the school library media, I always say teacher librarian because it's easier. The teacher librarians will contact Brad Bullis at another part of our state agency. So to get the library card is to use very specific databases that we have in our Hartford library. And one quick caveat is we have how to use them, okay? And if you're at a library or a school, there are a few vendors that may not let you access it because the idea is that library or that school should have their own subscription. But if their students are at home or the teachers are at home, they should all work. Okay, should always work. And you can always contact us. We have our library catalog. So it's called Primo. All these archival items are not in the catalog. Those you go through archive finding aids. This is going to be things like books, Connecticut publications, like the state agencies, what they publish for the public, and state and federal government. We are a federal depository for government information. So I always say, that looks weird. Okay, let's go to, if you want to find all the History Day guides, you can click History Day, and you'll see all these different History Day guides. We're breaking things out, but the most important thing is this one website. And this URL will not change, no matter how much we reorganize the guide. This page won't change, and content will be linked off of it. We have now changed it, so it's going to be by time period, and these are time periods that I took from the Connecticut History Days page from, I think, 2022. If it changes, I'm not sure that we're going to change it. We also do biannual themes, so each year we add to the annual theme. By subject is when something like reproductive health or reproductive rights covers more than one time period. We're going to put it under by subject. And then we've got teacher resources. And these I don't focus on as much, and I'm going to show you why later. But I did make a page right here. And if anytime you don't see my cursor, I make it large, so you should be able to see it. This has my outline, which is just quick notes. We're going to put up Damon's slide deck on Monday or Tuesday, depending upon what happens at work. And put the research guides up here. But let's take a quick look at today's, okay, I'm just looking at we can't always sustain the huge amount. So we're really using topics, everything that's on these guides are based on previous topics that students and teachers have contacted us for. And so they're just examples of what resources we might have. We are trying to, let me go back to the home page. We are trying to have a statement about terminology and usage. I've taken this from, we talked about Sarah Morin's New Haven Court Records blog, Uncovering New Haven. This is, I'm using hers because we're dealing with students and because this is often adult content. We really have to, and trying to teach students to say, you can't use, it's not you can't, using a current term like social justice or, I'm trying to think of something that came up in the spring, won't work. You have to use the terminology of the time when you're searching. And that's hard for students. Just trying to make sure you guys have time to get in the back and look at the fun things. So don't judge my website as if you were a History Day judge, okay? My supervisor suggested that because this is a work in progress. When you have students, you can send us the email. You've got my direct email, but you also have a QR code to the general reference, because I'm not going to answer all the questions. A lot of them, the reference questions, are going to go down to history and genealogy or the law desk. And I can delete it. But if you have specific topics, send them to me if we have resources, because we're not going to have resources for every topic. We really focus on Connecticut. And I'm sorry I'm talking so fast. I want you to have time to get back to the fun stuff in the back room. We also have our main research guides, okay? I'm not going to, and this is just A to Z, or you can type in History Day up here. I'm not going to repeat everything that history and genealogy have put up, such as African American resources in the state of Connecticut. When you look at their guide, they're going to talk about Prudence Crandall, and they're going to talk about using the research, the finding aids for archives. But on my page on Prudence Crandall, I'm going to link directly to some of the online files. But I'm not going to repeat. So it's kind of hard. We can always help students focus on that. Annual theme by subject. So I send out the bookmark. There is one other thing. The American Library Association has a professional group within it called the Government Documents Roundtable, and I'm a member of the Government Information for Teachers and Children, and we have started making, on the main home page, I put a lot of the previous topics guide in the Wayback Machine. Those links will not be updated. But this one here, History Day, Government Informations and Resources. For this guide, what we're trying to do is trying to move everything that's more general national topics to that guide. And so, unfortunately, like with the state of libraries right now, we're meeting in 2 weeks and to discuss if things are going to change. Now to quickly go to annual themes. Tell me to slow down, ask any questions, interrupt if you want. What I try to do is I try to put the current theme at the top. And on this guide, this is the one that I really don't like touchpads. This is the bookmark. This QR code will take you right to this page for this year's theme. What you're going to notice is everything to do with Revolutionary War and a new nation, all those topics are going to be by that subject guide. I used to put everything on one guide, reuse everything, so the students had one place to go. We can't maintain it. So what's going to happen is, if they're doing anything on the Revolutionary War, it's going to take you to another page. If you want to do something on Prudence Crandall or Chef V. O'Neill, it's going to take you to another page. Oh no, this one didn't. It will in the future. But you can always get back to your main page in here. Just because we got a late start, I'm really condensing this down. I just want to let you know we have this guide. We recognize that it's information overload. It's trying to meet the wishes of what some people want, what other people want. And ultimately, it's how much time do I have, me and my colleagues, to work on this. History is not my area. Like, I was a psychology major. Yes, I did education for a short time. I'm a social science kind of librarian, government information librarian. So a lot of this content comes from recommendations from my colleagues. And your students will probably be referred to a lot of my colleagues. But you can email me if you have specific topics. And we really try to focus on what we have here at the Connecticut State Library, well, up there. I don't know where I'm oriented, but at the building at 231 Capitol Avenue. And what we have, although because we are also a federal depository library, I will often link out to federal resources too. That was really short, really quick. Let me know if you have questions. I want you to know about the guide and know you can contact me, but I also know we've got some real fun stuff in the back room too. So are there any questions about the guide?
Jenny, I just want to thank you because I've watched the whole process of this and to see what
You've
you
seen it
started
changed.
with. And this is amazing, and I think it's a great place to, I'm thinking, in my next newsletter, I've got to highlight this because it's a great resource, I think, for students to kind of set them here and let them do a little digging and go down some rabbit holes and perhaps find something of interest. But thank you so much.
And
for
the
your
other
help.
quick thing is,
Work on this.
when students come to when Region 15 would take their field trips to the state library, before COVID and before, when we had different hours, they came in usually around February when they were deep into their research and really was focused on what they needed, because we're not a great place to start for general research. We are very much a very focused special research library. We talked about, someone was talking about AI and translating. AI, often the term is hallucinates, gives made up information when it comes to state and federal government reports. We get people calling us often looking for a report from a state agency that never existed. Because AI takes things that did exist and then tries to update it into current language, but it's not. So I do recommend caution with that. And students working with us, once they've really focused their topic, is a good time to come to us. So get your library cards. If students want a library card, their parent or guardian, their legal guardian has to sign the form. You can apply online and we'll mail it to you. And then once you do have our card, hold on. Where is it? Okay, once you have our card and you want to use our library, our databases that are not research at CT and not your school or local library, our specific ones, you have to go to our A to Z page. And if we quickly go back to the main guide, under how to find articles and books, I do explain you have to start on this page, because that's how, if for a subscription database, because that's how the vendors know you're coming under our subscriptions. And you have to enter your library card number from us, not your public library. So that was really fast. Email me questions on my business card and the reference business card. This QR code goes to our general reference, not to me. So if you have topical questions, use a QR code. If you have topics you want to send me, use my email. Okay, does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Thank you.
But I know we've got fun stuff in the back, so I'm going to turn it over to Damon and Alan again.
Thank you. And if you are interested in visiting the state library, make sure to contact them first before you plan a group, because I know with Region 15, they contact you.
Months, like a month or two in advance. They give us the students' topics ahead of time. We will pull a few items for the topics, and then the students will also do research while they're there. But yes, and they have to go through Lindsay Colley, who's the head of reference, and set it up for a field trip.
And you're more than welcome to do that, if that sounds interesting to you.
Early January, please. And just make sure the students are focused at that point when they come over.
Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you. I'll put the extras over here.
Oh, cool.
All right, so in the back, which is our storage area, we have some tables set up with some primary source materials, actual originals, as well, and some photocopies as well from various record groups. I have labels next to each area. Dave and I will be circulating around, but we'll go on back and we'll kind of look at the material. It's a multitude of things, like I said, so there's New Haven County, actually early New Haven Colony court records. Some of you may know it's an interesting case that Judge Blue, who was a Superior Court or was a Superior Court judge in New Haven Court, did on Piglet's paternity. So I pulled the 1642 case of that. So you'll get some experience as he's talking about some Old English, and it goes all the way up to Senator Hudson, who was the first state senator to raise a bill in 1975, referred to as the Gay Rights Bill, but really was to prohibit discrimination based on sexual orientation. It did not pass in 1975, but I believe that we were one of the first, if not the first state to raise such a bill. It did not pass until 1991 under Governor Weicker. So, but it pulled that as well. So we'll head on back.